What's up, y'all? What's up? Welcome back. Welcome back. How y'all feeling out there? Nae Baes unite. We in this joint. Okay, first of all, y'all know I had to come through with a good one too for my girls, Toya Reginae. Like, those are my babies, and especially Nene. I am definitely a Nae Bae, and I've just been so excited and so proud of Nae. Like, everything that's been going on since this whirlwind takeover that Nae's had on YouTube. So we're going to get into all of that a little bit, a little something, and do a little recap, a little review of the season 2, episode 1 that just aired. It aired on WeTV January 24th, and it also is streaming on Watch All Black. I'm not sure how to say that app, but I don't know nothing about that aspect. But yeah, like, the girls is back, season 2. I'm so happy for them. I'm so glad that they were able to come out with a season 2. And I think that this reality show for them is really like, it's gonna work. It's gonna do good, because I think that Toya and Reginae have definitely been showing up as their authentic selves. So we're going to jump right in real quick before we recap. And I'm going to just give y'all a little backstory about my journey with mainly Reginae. Now, Toya definitely is someone who I've always respected. I've followed her a little bit with her journey as an author. She's been on reality TV as well, and when Reginae was younger. And so, Toya's growth over the years has definitely been inspiring, and it's just been a positive. I've always known Toya to be like a very positive lady. And so now that Reginae has been up and coming in the spotlight more, growing up, becoming a grown adult, 26 is a big deal. I could just remember what I was doing at 26, but we're not going to go there at the moment. Okay, we're not going to go there. But yeah, like, my backstory with being a Nae Bae is that Reginae is a Sagittarius like me. So that was always something that drew me to her, even when she was younger. Had a very big personality. And when I used to catch clips of her on, former reality shows that she was on, definitely understood just overall her perspective, because as a Sagittarius, we are very passionate people. We are very loving people. We are very generous. We love to give to people. We love to be the life of the party. We love to have a good time. We love to look good. We are all about fashion. And that is something as well, like, I relate with Nae a lot about, is about fashion. Like, when I started following her on her Instagram, her fashion was always, I'm like, yes, young lady, yes, kill it, slay. And she just gives me that inspiration to keep, showing up for myself in my own way, with fashion being something that I'm very passionate about. And so now this YouTube channel that Reginae had, she did have it before these last few years, where she kind of like really blew up. And a lot of us now, I wouldn't say that Reginae's YouTube channel really came across my radar. I don't think she was very consistent back then. And so, it wasn't something that was really on my radar. I didn't really even know she was doing videos until this one day, child. I'm on, I don't know where I seen this reel or this TikTok app, but I see Reginae with this man, and I'm like, hold up, did a little double take, because let's all be honest here. Reginae's ex was definitely fine as hell, and it was my first time ever seeing this man in my life. I didn't know who he was, so I'm like, I seen that TikTok with Cuff It, that infamous one that was going viral, and they killed it in that video, and I'm like, this man, like, who is this man? So somehow, some way, the video led me to Reginae's YouTube channel. And baby, when I seen that, mind you, they was already knee deep. This was 2022, probably around August or September of 2000. No, matter of fact, it was a little bit later, because I had caught up with the videos. So this was probably like, when I found them, it was probably like November. But they had already been, they had that big meet and greet thing with Jazz. I don't know if y'all know content creator Jazz or Perfect Laughs. They had that big meet and greet with her on her channel that blew up, which was like their introduction of like getting to know each other. So when I found the YouTube channel from the TikTok, I'm looking and I'm like, Okay, what is going on? Nae is in a relationship? This man is fine as hell. 6'2" or 6'3", tall, gorgeous smile, nice complexion. You know, you already know, like, you can kind of tell when a dude is giving big energy. So I'm like, okay, Nene, like, you is gorgeous. He's complimenting you well. Like, let me catch up, baby. And I immediately became hooked. Like, I'm locked in at this point, like, full blown going back. Like, I'm watching the meet and greet, they first date. They start doing all this content together. They like going on trips. They like, you know, everything is leading up to that big moment that happened on Christmas when he gave her the promise ring. So baby, like by this time, it's about to be 2023. We all like, oh my God, like just locked in, like just feeling so heartwarmed when we're watching these two on camera. The chemistry was out of this world. I mean, like I just was like so taken, blown away by this whirlwind love affair. And I mean, I think that was something that everybody was like unexpected, and totally just seeing Nae like being open. We've never seen her in this light before. So I believe that this YouTube, you know, relationship that she had, even though, you know, where we're at now with it, I think that it really brought Nae over the top. It gave her an opportunity for people to really get to know her personality, you know, because Sagittarius, we can be misunderstood like immediately just because we have a certain air about us, number one. And then now she's a celebrity kid, you know? Yeah, she's coming from money, baby. You know, her father is Lil Wayne. Like, so what do you expect? Like, and the world is just against her, hating on her. So, like I said, fast forward, I'm locked in. I'm watching all of these videos. Like this guy that she was in a relationship with, Armand Warren, he also has a backstory as well. Came with his own fan base. Like he had been a long time or consistent creator. And also a singer. So him and his brother, I think his brother's name is Trey, they were in a group together where they did songs, and they had a very popular coming up, or fan base, or however you want to call it. So I feel like Armand and her linking up, it was just like the perfect type of chemistry where he was helping her, you know, get her footing with YouTube, and then she was also bringing him exposure to his music career, and it just was working. Like, I mean, like nobody seen it coming when these two hit that rough patch and things started going downhill. Mind you, now this is around April 2023. Like the world, Armonae and Reginae got YouTube on lock. Like, I mean, like never before. Nobody on YouTube had the game on lock like Reginae and Armand. Like, you can say what you want. They done pages filled with Armonae. That's what they done named them. Like how, you know, the last time that we had a craze like that was Chris Brown and Rihanna. So there has not been nothing like that since. And so for them to come through with this relationship, like, yeah. But so now, like, I feel like with everything that happened, how big they became, like how like cult like this following of Armonae came, and then for them to get the reality show, I think that it was just everything started rolling out after that. Like, people were seeing the numbers, people were seeing the craze, the demand. Like, we wanted videos every day of them. Like, we wanted to see these people. And then when the breakup hit the waves, I think that really like catapulted them into like just mass hysteria. Like, people were going crazy about this couple. And so I think that was what helped gain the traction for the reality show. And the next thing we know, we got season 1, Toya and Reginae, like on our big screen. So it's been a whirlwind experience with this whole storyline with them, you know, their life. This is their real life, relationships, family drama. We get to see, you know, so much and so much growth as well at the same time. And I'm excited. I'm happy for them. So that's basically a little backstory of how things came about for me and how I got exposed to this whole ordeal with Reginae, her ex, and now her mom, and her just moving forward. So when the season aired, the first season, it was all about, like, I'm just not gonna lie, like, everybody was anticipating finding out what happened. We wanted to know what happened with this relationship. Why did they break up? Because they didn't tell us nothing, baby. They left us on a cliff to fall and figure it out. Like, nobody knew what was going on. All we knew, or what we thought, was that Reginae was heartbroken. Something happened. They split. Armand went ghost, wouldn't even speak on the relationship as well. And Reginae, you know, she's going through it. So she's not even really capable of speaking about what's going on. I think that they both had, you know, a certain level of respect for each other, where they didn't want to put the relationship on blast as far as what went wrong. And I respect them for it. It was hard for us as the fans to kind of like wrap our heads around it, because we were devastated. Like, when I tell you, this relationship, when it went south, left me in shambles. I'm not even going to hold you right now. I was devastated, because like, I was rooting for them. Like, I thought that they was going to make it. I thought that they had everything. Like, when you go back and look at these videos that they did together, like, it's just undeniable. It's undeniable. And so the season starts off with showing like Reginae transitioning out of this relationship, like basically like knee deep in the breakup. It kind of gives you like a little bit of insight, but then it really doesn't. So we're still kind of left in the dark about like what really happened. All we know is that there was a communication breakdown with her and Armand. She's moving to LA. Our mom moved to LA. And it kind of just leaves us up in the air with the relationship, but it does still also delve into what's going on with Toya, her mom, her brothers, her siblings, her mother, you know, that relationship. So it ties everything in together as far as season one. But I can really be honest, like, season one was all about that relationship. Like, people was locked in. We wanted to know what was going on. So now that everything is kind of played out, you know what I'm saying, I've been following both of them, you know, really closely as far as their social medias and what they've been putting out, and just, you know, interviews that they've been doing. We are kind of caught up to speed that, you know, Reginae and Armand decided to call it splits. And it's officially done. So Reginae is now at the point where she's focusing on her career. She's getting more movie roles. She's doing, you know, her fitness line. She done moved to LA. She's got her group of friends out in LA, and she's got her friends back in Atlanta. And then Toya dealing with everything that's going on with that family. Her sister, her brother, and her another brother, Walter, done came home from prison. And then, you know, Mama Nita is still, you know, trying to stay stable and trying to stay consistent with the family. So where we pick up now here is season 2, episode 1. Toya and her best friend Danielle. I love Danielle for Toya. Like, I really admire their relationship a lot. I think that Toya and Danielle, you know, sisters, no doubt at this point. And you got to really appreciate when you find somebody like that in your life that you can really call family, that you know that you can count on. It's been there for you. Like, you can really tell that the love that Toya and Danielle have for each other, like they're sisters from another mother. And Danielle supports Toya as well as supports Toya's sister in just being a confidant. And I noticed that Beedy, Toya's sister, really does confide in Danielle more than she does Toya. So there's that curiosity on my end, like, you know, what is it that Toya and Beedy are having such a hard time communicating or staying on track or just being close, you know, as it seems that Danielle and Beedy are. I can speak for that as well, because Beedy is a lot younger than Toya. I have the same dynamic with my own sister, and it does feel like just not growing up like directly with her, with my sister, like, you know, we're 10 years apart, that it did create like a little barrier for us to like truly be close. Like, I don't look at my sister sometimes as my sister because she's played like a motherly role to me, but I don't really know, you know, specifics about Toya and Beedy's relationship, pardon me, but it seems like there's just something there that they are not able to totally like lock in. And then obviously because of their history with their mom and her drug abuse or drug addiction, and just the fact that they didn't grow up together, I think that it makes them unrelatable to each other in aspects. And then Toya, you know, Toya's been living a celebrity life since she's been young, you know, being married to Lil Wayne, having a kid, and just being thrust into the spotlight. So it's a lot. You know, I couldn't imagine what it's like to have a sister, you know, that is famous, you know, has built a celebrity status and has just been in this lifestyle. And then it's just me, you know. I commend them for even trying, though, and I'm really hoping that they can really still repair, you know, whatever's going on and strengthen that bond. But Danielle and Toya, you know, they looking out for Reginae because Reginae's now living in LA. Now, mind you, when I seen this penthouse and the price that they said about this penthouse that Reginae is renting in LA, I was like, go ahead, girl, because $20,000 a month? Baby, you got the right one. You got the right one, because who else? Even if I could afford $20,000 a month, let's do the math here. 20,000 times 12 is, I think $120,000 a year just for renting an apartment. Well, this ain't no regular apartment. This is like a penthouse. But still, like, you know, that's a lot of money. Like, that's 3 houses if you want to get technical. So I understand where Toya was coming from by speaking with Reginae about, you know, hey, let's figure out like if you want to get a house out here or what you want to do, because like that's just money down the drain, like renting, you know, 20 stacks a month, baby. Look, a girl can dream. A girl can dream. But yeah, so I love Reginae's LA crew. I love Reginae's ATL crew, but me, I've always known of, well, not always, but I was aware of Reginae's ATL crew more than I was the LA crew. So now season 2 gives us a glimpse into like, you know, who they are a little bit. You know, Taina, which is Fabulous, Emily B's daughter, I'm sorry, who is married to Fabulous. And then you got Asia, which I'm not really sure if Asia is like part of like a family circle or if they've just been, I'm not really sure how they met, but she just said that they met when they were really young. And then you got India. Now India's fairly new, but India is has a child with Durkio or Little Dirk or whatever. So I'm really new to India as well. I don't really know much about her. I've seen her here and there, you know, with different celebrities, but she seems like a really chill girl, very you know, elegant, laid back. And then Asia seems pretty cool as well. And then Taina, you know, Taina's interesting. She's has children with G Herbo, and so she seems like she's a very classy lady as well. So I'm just glad that Reginae has some real classy and dope ladies to kick it with in LA. And they seem to have a really nice bond, just always positive, upbeat, smiling, looking pretty, being baddies. And I love that they had that little beach outing on the episode. That was super pretty, super cute. I would love to do something like that. I plan on going back to LA. I did visit here in the past, and I do plan on going back to LA and maybe, you know, having like a vibe like that, because just the beautiful scenery in LA puts me in like a great mood. Like I love being by the beach or just like feeling like I'm Malibu's most Look, I don't take, I never miss an opportunity to just still live my best life, whether I'm a millionaire or not. You know what I mean? Like I'm going to have my experiences. I'm going to go to nice sceneries. I'm going to go to nice places and just traveling and being out and about. So the beach day that they had in the episode was really, really cute. Toya, of course, put it together. Toya is really, really like festive. She loves putting together events. She loves hosting. She has a ton of events that she's hosted. I think here recently she had her Boss Ladies or Vision Board party earlier this month that turned out fabulous. All of the content that they showed from that, very elegant, very put together, beautiful, beautiful photos, scenery. And that's Toya's thing. Toya is really good at just having great parties, being a good host. I think she also hosted for Christmas her Grinchmas party that looked like super lit. Looked like they had a lot of fun at that as well. So yeah, that was a really good scene. I love seeing that scene of them just kind of kicking it on the beach and having a girls' day. Then we got Walter. which is Toya's brother, who has recently got out of prison. I can also relate to that with Toya as well, because I've had a brother that has been in and out of prison, still currently serving a prison term. I wouldn't say that he's as, they have the same similarities as far as like troublesome past, but my brother did get in trouble, so he's been in the prison system for a while. And seeing him coming home, and Toya embracing him, throwing him a party, or planning him a party once again, was nice. Very nice gesture. And I think Toya really does, try to love on her family as much as she can, being, coming from the lifestyle that she's been living, and then trying to incorporate them in her life. I know that must be difficult. I know that must be difficult for anybody that is in a celebrity type of status and just trying to be supportive of their family. Then Toya's mother has also, had her share of difficulties in the past, dealing with her addiction, and just dealing with whatever traumas that she's been going through, where it has separated her from her family, her children being having to be apart from her, and then losing two of her children, her sons Rudy and Josh, that they do talk about extensively about that story. So I know that Miss Nita is really just going through a lot, and every day is a strength that she has to utilize to cope with everything that's happened in her life. And I empathize a lot with Miss Nita, because I have an aunt that also reminds me so much. Nita reminds me so much of my aunt. My aunt struggled with alcoholism, and so she also is somebody who lost her children to foster care and had a very severed relationship with her children, but she still was that person, full of life when she had her things together, full of life, funny as all ever, crack a joke, will make anybody laugh, tell her stories. And Nita has that same spirit that my aunt has, regardless of what other troubles that they have dealt with, they still have that about them, where they can bring life to others, make people smile, make people laugh. And I just hope that Nita can really keep it together for her family, because it just seems like Toya really wants to maintain her family and her connection with her mom and her siblings. So yeah, Walter, welcome home. I'm glad that Walter was able to come home. It looks like he's ready to get right down to business, with his rap career, and then also just reintroducing himself back into society. That's a lot of pressure, after being gone for 10 years. Then, so Beedy, again, touching on Beedy a little bit, because last season Beedy had this girlfriend, and she also had a relationship with a man, which I was rooting for her with the man. I definitely feel like Beedy is a very beautiful woman, and I don't know, I felt like her essence was brought out more when she was with the man that she was dating at the time. But, this lady Mel seems like trouble. And in this season, it shows that she is back dating Mel, which her family, they had a big blowout last season. Huge fight. Reginae doesn't like her. Toya doesn't care for her. The mom tries to be supportive of her. Danielle is just like, hey, this lady is causing problems with your family. So, I will hope that you make the right decision. And Beedy, it shows in this season that Beedy is just like, I'm going to live my life for me. I'm doing what's best for me. I don't care what anybody thinks. I know that they probably wouldn't be happy that I'm back dating her, but we're in a happy place. And Beedy is like, I'm moving forward. I'm doing me. And that's where it seems like things are at. I'm not really sure currently as of today what's the status of Beedy and this lady Mel, but I would hope that Beedy can definitely just find her way and really, like she said, do what's best for her, and that hopefully this relationship doesn't really cause like such a huge severance in her relationship with her family, because she's basically telling Danielle that she's going to keep it a secret right now. And, it's going to play out on the show of how she does reveal that she's still dating this woman. So I'm wishing Beedy all the best with that relationship, but I would hope that she can still find the right person if it's not Mel, the right person for her. So yeah, then jumping over to Toya and Red's situation, like it looks like they are trying to have a baby. It looks like Toya has probably made progress from last season where she was having some complications with her fibroids. And so I think that they might be in a better space. They didn't really touch on the pregnancy, where they're at with trying, but it does show that Toya is still considering having another baby. And Toya is 41, so I commend her for even being open to having another baby. I know a lot of women here recently in recent times are having children later in life, and it does pose a risk, but I feel like a lot of women are now much more medicine and taking care of themselves and doing things that are gonna make them have healthier pregnancies later in their aging. So I'm wishing them all the best. I hope that Toya and Red can have another child, because their little reign is crazy, ain't she? Like, she's the cutest little thing. She definitely has a lot of personality, very intelligent. I love seeing her little, cameos on the show where she makes her little intros and her little comments, and she's a slick talker. Like, don't sleep on Rainbow at all. Rainbow is a little slick talker. But yeah, so shout out to Red and Toya. They got, the Wait No More gym that they're running. Looks like it's really successful. I think that they'll be showing more of that business aspect as the season continues on. Now, we're going to talk about my guy Casey. Look, I like Casey. I'm not going to lie. I like Casey, and I think that Casey has the capacity to really be a good guy. I feel like Casey's got a great personality. For the most part, he's very fun. He's very, lighthearted at times, but he has this click out side to him that has been really troublesome for Toya and just overall with his family. And I think that that's becoming a big issue for Toya right now as this season is airing. Toya is basically saying she is not in communication with Casey. She is not dealing with Casey at all. She got him blocked. He showed out from some previous event that they had where Toya was crowned the queen of the Sixth Ward Steppers. And from what the episode is showing is that Casey was drunk. Casey was turned up, and Casey embarrassed the family. Like, Red is like, I don't want no parts. You know what I mean? You're going to have to work that out. Right now, it just seems like things are really difficult between you and your brother. Casey is having a conversation with another gentleman, basically saying that, yeah, Toya don't deal with me. Toya got me blocked, and we haven't spoken since. And it's really, it's really unfortunate. That's really unfortunate, because I would want anybody, if they're siblings, to be able to work out their differences and to be able to come together. And to have to block your own sibling and not be speaking into them, it's heartbreaking, and everybody has probably had a similar situation or can relate to just feuding with a sibling. It's no fun. And sometimes people don't bounce back from that, and they're not able to repair those relationships. So right now things are up in the air with that relationship. It looks like Toya still did extend some grace in this season where she's shown inviting Casey to the party that she's thrown for Walter since he just came home. But present day, like outside, the reality show is filmed 6 months behind. So what I've seen from social media, it doesn't look like they've been able to like totally patch things up. I haven't seen any talks of Toya or seen any hints of Toya and all of them coming together. So as the season goes on, I think it's going to showcase a little bit more of like what is really going on with Toya and Casey and why they just are bumping heads so bad and they can't get it together. I'm calling him Casey the click out right now, because that's what they saying. Casey he admitted that he be clicking out. So, I can understand that as well. Like, sometimes when you're triggered, when you're going through certain traumas that you haven't totally dealt with, being somebody like Casey who wants the recognition and wants to make it. He's got a career that he's trying to shoot for, you know, being an artist, wanting to be a rapper, knowing that Toya is connected to the industry that he wants to be in. I think that there's just so much there that they're having a hard time moving past. And then just the traumas from them losing their siblings, you know, their 2 siblings. There's a lot of tension there. So I'm hoping that Casey can pull through and Toya can, you know, I know she's done it in the past so much, but I'm just hoping that Toya can extend Casey some more grace, because, you know, it's your brother and you guys need each other. And Walter, just not seeing them all together, you know, from last season, it looked like they were on a different accord, and now, you know, minus Walter, but now with Walter home, I want to see all of them together. Toya, Beedy, Casey, and Walter, and Mama Nita, and, you know, all of them together. I would just hope that they can all come together. So I'm excited to see, like, you know, what this little season is going to show for us. It's going to be airing every Friday. So there, of course, it's going to leave us in suspense every week. And hopefully, you know, we'll continue to be able to maybe recap it a little bit. Oh, and by the way, WeTV or Spectrum, I don't know who it was, but they wasn't having it. I tried to screen record a little clip of the show. When I went back, I'm looking like, this thing ain't recording nothing. And then I was testing it as I was recording the show. Baby, that thing was clicking off. Like, oh, you will not record this copyrighted content. So I'm going to have to be real careful with even what I put in this video, because I don't want to, you know, cause any problems with WeTV. So we'll see how that works out. And yeah, that's basically where this season, this episode 1 leaves off, is basically gearing up for the party for Walter, his coming home party. So next episode, we'll get to see, you know, how Casey handles being at the party with Toya. Walter obviously being home. We'll probably get a little bit of glimpse of, you know, what's going on if Beedy decides to tell Toya about the relationship with Mel. And then we'll get to see our girl, our Nae Bae Reginae, kind of give a little glimpse into what's going on with this new boo that she had. We all know who it is at this point. Definitely, I was happy for her when she started dating again, but I just wasn't really 100% about the guy. You know, he didn't really give me like somebody that was gonna be long term for her. But we'll see how what she tells us how things played out with that relationship, because she seemed like, you know, initially she was very in love with this guy. She's not talking about it. She's not exposing nobody to it. And Danielle and Toya is like, well, what's tea? You in love? Like, what's going on, sis? And Reginae's like, no, I'm not telling nobody. I'm keeping it to myself, you know, just after everything that went down with her and her mom. I don't blame her, because, I mean, I'm telling you, it's some real crazy Armonae fans out there. And till this day, a lot of us are still having a hard time letting that relationship go. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I was really sad to see that they broke up and that they weren't able to move past whatever differences that they had. But all I can do is wish them both the best in their separate journeys. It looks like Armand is probably, you know, doing his thing. He's got some other things going, still pursuing his music career. And Reginae is, you know, buying property, buying houses, booking movie roles. She's got her new movie that just came out, streaming on Peacock. And I'm just excited to see more. You know, like I said, I'm rooting for Reginae. I've definitely become like a real big supporter of her, and just being inspired, seeing her journey, seeing her make a name for herself outside of being Lil Wayne's daughter. Because, you know, that shadow can, you know, you don't want to live in that shadow all the time. You want to definitely show people that I'm bigger than just being Lil Wayne's daughter. I'm Reginae Carter, and this is what I have to offer the world. So y'all stay tuned for my girl Nae, okay? Because she's about to take it up, and take the world by storm. And Toya and the rest of the gang as well. We're going to get to see everything play out over the course of this season too. So I hope y'all tuned in. If not, you can catch them streaming live as well, or stream some past episodes on Watch All Black, I think it is. And yeah, we'll definitely continue to stay tuned, and I will get back to y'all about the recaps of the upcoming episodes. If y'all want to see more stuff about Toya and Reginae, please let me know. Or just what are your thoughts about the show? You guys watch the show? Are you guys a fan of Toya, Reginae, any of the other cast members, Mama Nita, Casey, Beedy, Walter is, I'm getting to know his personality, so it's interesting to see this new brother. And yeah, let me know how y'all feel, and let me know in the comments. Definitely like, comment, subscribe if you like, and I will catch y'all in the next video.